Hey guys, Ryan here. Trying to work on a Ranger A boat, and unfortunately the hydraulic seal in the Atlas jack plate is leaking, so been fighting this here all morning, trying to get that bottom bolt out that holds the bottom of the cylinder. I've seen a bunch of videos on doing this, but nobody actually shows how they did it, so there's a lot of angles on the Ranger. So what I ended up doing was cutting two 2x4s here, wedging them under the jack plate, putting it down. I blocked the skeg of the motor here as well, and then put the jack plate down just so it took the pressure off. Just a lot of corrosion and stuff in here. I would say your best friend is an air hammer with a chisel tip that helped get the top one out. It took some heat and a lot of manpower to get that top stainless steel bolt off. Obviously stainless in aluminum typically corrodes, so now trying to fight this bottom one. I really wish Atlas would have done something with some common sense. Not sure if you guys can see that bolt that's holding us up, but there's no way to really access it. Yeah, obviously if it, you know, it's from the factory and slid right through there, but I might end up having to drill a hole through the side of the jack plate to get this off. Been trying to air hammer it out as best as possible, but it's just too hard. So that's kind of where we're at. Once we get this off, I'll show you guys how to replace the seal here. It blew out. I've seen a lot of videos of guys just saying that they replaced it, but nobody actually shows you how to replace it. One thing that I did real quick was, while this was up, I took the air hammer and air hammered this loose so that it broke the seal basically, because I had a feeling that that was going to be tough to do. Once it's actually off the boat, you have to put it in a vise, and it's just never going to be as strong as it is sitting in here. So broke that loose with the air hammer. It came loose, so should be easy to take off once we can get this bottom bolt off. Like I said, it's down there buried kind of underneath the jack plate, a couple inches up from the bottom, but it's being a bear right now. So we've put some heat on it. We put tons of PB blaster on it and whatnot, obviously, but it's not coming. So we were finally able to get this bolt out of the bottom here. It was a pain in the ass. Had to use a air gun just to get that nut spinning around in there so I could finally push it through. But you can see better here on the camera. That seal's blown out pretty good. Like I told you guys, I took the air hammer and basically took this while it was up in the boat and loosened it just so that it would spin and hopefully break the seal on there. Sometimes these can be pretty tough to do. When I've done like trim on a motor before, they're almost impossible to get off without breaking it. So while it was in there and held good, it did that. You can get one of these tools. I think this came from Northern Tool. It's just a adjustable pin wrench. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm not gonna lie, this one's it's not great, but since we broke the seal loose already, what I want to show you guys is you can actually just turn this. I probably need to hold the piston in there so it's not spinning around, but what you can do is basically just remove this cap. So I'm going to get this cap off here. We're going to replace this seal, and then likely going to replace the trim motor seal. We got to refill it back up. 5-Star Marine is where the seals came from. They're like 60 bucks. This hydraulic unit's like over $1,000 if you have to replace it, so figure for 60 bucks we'll give it a shot. Supposedly according to 5-Star Marine, you have to fill the pump internally through, or I guess you fill the fluid internally through the pump, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, we're going to unscrew this, get this off, and then I'll show you guys the rest. Alright, we were able to loosen the threads on this thing. Not too difficult. Once, like I said, we broke it loose with the air hammer. So there's a seal in there. I can see all the fluid. Not sure if you guys can see that on the camera or not. So should just basically be able to pull this off, and the wiper and the seal and everything should come off. Just kind of awkward to hold and pull. Alright, so as you guys can see, there's the main piston. Looks pretty good. I don't think it's bent or anything. I think this seal's just 12 years old. And then there's the seal that blew out. As you can see, looks like it was chewed up inside there. Not sure if it's coming out on video, but the orange piece looks like it let go. So gonna likely pry this out with a screwdriver and clean this up. Like I said, got a new seal kit from 5-Star Marine. it came with this little O-ring down here at the bottom. It came with a pump O-ring, and then it came with this main wiper here that goes over the piston. So I think really the only one we need is probably this one, but we'll replace this one and probably the one on the motor while we're in there. So let me see what we can do to get this out and look at some of the seals that came in the kit, and we'll go from there. So what I was able to do here is get this seal out. As you can see, it's pretty torn up. Not sure what happened there, but it has a little lip on there that goes up, just as an FYI and more mentally for myself. So that rides in this little groove right down inside here. I'm going to clean this up here at some point and get the new seal in there. But anyways, what I wanted to show you real quick was on the back side of this, it actually has a C-clip on here. So looks like you need to take the C-clip out. It has like a plastic retainer or something like that. And then that orange seal, which is the middle one, which should be the wiper, that's the one that looks like it finally went, as you can see. So we'll get that C-clip out of here, pull out the plastic pieces, put the new seal in. So like I said, this was from 5 Star Marine. The part number is FSM 144. They said it works with all of the Atlas hydraulic jack plates that have this style pump. So mine's from 2012. It's original to the boat. So like I said, comes with everything. Not sure where a couple of these seals go, but the main 2 that we're looking for here are that one from the top and that one middle one that we're going to pull out. So these are going to be the 2 that are going to be our main culprit and should hopefully solve our leak anyways. So like I said, we'll get this C-clip pulled out of here, and then we can see what's inside here. Hopefully it doesn't go flying into outer space. Alright, so I was able to get that cleaned up. Here's the old seal that came out of this thing. Not sure if you can see it. It's in 2 pieces, I guess. I'm assuming this O-ring is actually what went inside there to make this seal. What's interesting though is on the new one, I actually put it in here. I forgot to film, but put the new one in here. It's a little loose down inside there, if I'm being honest. It almost felt like there was that seal and then an O-ring underneath it to hold it tight. Not 100% sure if that's right. I don't see an O-ring in this kit though. There is an O-ring here, but I think that goes on there. And then it comes with 2 of those and then 2 of these. So I'm hoping there's not an O-ring missing from the kit, but basically what we got to do now is, like I said, I already put that new wiper seal down inside there. And then they give you 2 of these. Not sure where the other one goes either, to be honest with you. They look exactly the same as far as size and all goes. So this just went in to this groove up here at the top. So just kind of push it down in there. It's nice and new. So and then, like I said, that's pretty much it. So put this C-clip back on. I wasn't able to get that piece out of there. It looks like it's threaded in, that plastic piece. Looks like there's some threads on there. I shoved some handle of plier down there. Didn't want to scratch it or mess it up. So I wasn't able to get it to twist. So I guess I'm just going to put it back together and kind of hope for the best here. The kit's $64.99, by the way. I just looked it up to kind of get a visual to make sure that I wasn't missing something. So C-clip goes back in there. Got that new piece there at the top, and then that brown wiper. And then, like I said, it looks like that O-ring should go here. It looks a little small, but we're gonna take it out and see if it's about the same. Oof, definitely looks a little bit smaller. Thickness wise though, it's pretty close. I will say I wish they did give you some instructions with this. Seems to fit on there pretty good. Like I said, just seems a little bit small, but thickness wise it looks the same. So that's probably it for this piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of hydraulic fluid, coat these O-rings a little bit before I put this back on there, and then we'll slide that back on top of the pump, get that secured, and then I'll take another video here. I'm going to probably loosen up the top of the pump, pull that apart, and that sounds like that's where you refill this from. So seems to be it for probably this section of the video. So I'm going to go ahead and get this button back up, and then I'll just restart filming here once we get that going. After a little bit of persuasion here, was able to get this trim pump off. So as you can see, just a normal trim pump, looks like a mercury trim pump actually, but got to be careful. This actually fell off here, not sure if you can see that, but there's a little guide, I guess if you will, that goes on top of the trim pump and goes down into the bottom down there that turns the gear. So I guess they're right. As you can probably see, trim pump's completely empty, rightfully so. The motor was out of fluid and shot most of the fluid onto the back of my boat. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna clean up this little gasket area that hopefully that you can see where the O-ring slides in. I'm gonna clean that up. And there's a big O-ring here on the pump itself. There's a big O-ring here on the pump itself, but the kit comes with that O-ring. So while we're in here, we're gonna replace both of those. Do not lose that little key that goes into here, so that thing could disappear there pretty quickly. But yeah, so pretty straightforward, to be honest with you. Like I said, we're gonna clean that up, put this O-ring on, get the pump filled up, and then I'll likely bench test it here on the ground instead of putting it in the boat and making sure everything works properly, because it was a bear to get in and out of there. I'm also gonna have to wait probably for somewhere to open on Monday to get some brass nuts. As you can see here, those were pretty chewed up from beating on them pretty hard. But anyways, seems pretty simple so far. I think anybody can do this with pretty much regular tools. Like I said, the hardest part was getting those bolts to come through. Had some corrosion on there from just years and years and years of salt water, but once we were able to break those free, it was no big deal to get that out and getting everything tightened up. So this is pretty easy. This went on pretty good. Looks like it has a nice seal right now. Got it tightened up. So everybody, we were able to get the jack plate pump off. Actually reused the O-ring that was inside there. As a matter of fact, it fit a lot better than the 5-star Marine one. The 5-star Marine one seemed a little bit too big. So I made a mistake one time before filling one of these pumps outside, and filled it up too much and then blew the seals out of the trim unit that I was doing. So what I ended up doing was had my girlfriend push the jack plate all the way up till it ran out of fluid, gave it fluid, put it all the way down, and then put it all the way back up again, and then just made sure there was just a little bit of fluid in the bottom of the reservoir. I don't know how much fluid it's supposed to take, if I'm being completely honest with you, so that was just my method. I figured, you know, should have just barely enough in the bottom of that reservoir when the piston's all the way extended, and then when it comes down, it should obviously fill the container down there. So no leaks, everything looks good. Amber, you want to go up? Okay, go down. That's good. So as you guys can see, everything's functioning. Pump's making a little bit of noise. Should probably replace it. Doesn't sound too good, but it's going to be good enough for Memorial Day weekend here, and we'll replace that another time. You can actually do that while it's in the boat. It's actually accessible with this 12-inch setback jack plate. You can actually get to it down there in the hole. So unfortunately, not going to be able to bolt this all back together just because I can't find any brass lock nuts anywhere. I want to replace that hardware that came out of there, messed up the lock nuts, but we're going to go on to the next project. Next project's going to be putting our power pole back together. So it's going to be project number 2. Need to get this cleaned off, clean all the corrosion off from the back of the power pole, and then get some 4200 on there and get this thing bolted back together so that we can get that project knocked off. So yeah, we'll keep you guys posted once we get the jack plate pump back on and everything ready to go. So I think I talked about my setup. I just talked about cutting 2 2x4s here to hold the jack plate up, set the jack plate down on top of it, and then I ended up blocking the motor down there just for a little bit of extra security. And I put a piece of wood here, like a 2x4, just in case. I don't want that thing coming down on my hand. Jack plate's actually a lot stronger than I thought. It would lift almost the whole back of the boat off, to be honest with you. So there was a sweet spot there where it went down. You could see it. You could actually see this piece kind of release where the bolt was. There was no tension on it, and then I could wiggle it back and forth, just kind of let me know that there was no tension on it. So worked pretty decently. I did try doing this a couple days ago by myself, just trimming the motor down and then using the winch on the trailer to put it against the jack plate, and it would not do it for some reason. Couldn't get it to do it right, but it's obviously a lot easier with 2 people. So anyways, long story short, guys, I think this thing's pretty good. Just got to get some hardware and get it mounted back up. So thanks for watching.